Background noise in your video sucks,
but there's some easy tools inside of Premiere Pro to clean things up. So I'm going to walk through my process to remove background noise, mostly inside of Premiere Pro. To get started, inside of Premiere, you'll want to drag your clip into the timeline, then open Audio Track Mixer. I like using the track mixer over adding effects directly to the audio file because it can save on processing power and help make your project run faster. If you can't find the Audio Track Mixer window, you can click on the window drop-down menu and open the Audio Track Mixer for the sequence you are working on. With the Audio Track Mixer window open, we're going to listen to the audio to get an idea of what the noise sounds like.
Background noise in your video sucks, but there's some easy tools inside of Premiere Pro to clean things up.
Ugh, that sounds pretty bad. My voice sounds far away from the mic because it is. There's some echo and there's some high-pitched noise. So inside of the Track Mixer window, we're going to add a few effects to try and deal with this noisy audio. First, click this drop-down arrow to show the effects and sends. Above this line is where you add effects to the whole track, and below this line is where you can set up sends. You can tell which track you're working on by looking at the bottom of these vertical columns. They correspond to the audio tracks in your sequence. Next, click on the drop-down arrow in the top effects cell for your audio track and select Noise Reduction/Restoration. And then click Denoise. Then double-click the effect to open the Denoise effect window. In here, I usually find that 15% is a good starting point. If the top waveform and the bottom waveform are touching, you can't push this effect as much without distorting the audio. But if these waveforms are farther apart, I've been able to push this as far as 60% without any issue. In this example, I'm going to push it to 25%. After that, I'll come back to the Audio Track Mixer, click this drop-down arrow, select Filter and EQ, and then select Parametric Equalizer. I will then double-click the effect to open the Parametric Equalizer window. I'll select this preset drop-down and choose Vocal Enhancer. I find this effect adds better shape to my vocals. The only change I make is to pull down this dot so that the high ends max out at 10 dB. Then close the window. From here, I'll click on the drop-down arrow in one of the send cells to choose Create Stereo Submix. This will create a new audio track where we can add more effects. To make sure changes to this track affect our audio, we'll need to send this audio from this track to our Submix track by clicking this drop-down arrow and selecting Submix 1. On Submix 1, I'll click the drop-down arrow on the top effect window and select Amplitude and Compression, then Single Band Compressor. Double-click this effect and under the Presets drop-down, choose Voice Leveler. Lastly, we'll add a mastering effect to the Submix channel. I like to do this on the last effects slot so that it's the last thing affecting the audio, just in case I want to add any more effects to the track. You can find mastering under the special drop-down menu. In the mastering window, I'll leave the preset on bright hype. Then I'll bump down the reverb to 0, change the exciter to somewhere between 20 and 30, push up the loudness maximizer to somewhere between 40 and 60, and drop the output gain to -2 dB. Now, let's listen to this again.
Background noise in your video sucks, but there's some easy tools inside of Premiere Pro to clean things up.
It sounds a little better, however, it's still not great. But don't worry, there's one more step I like to do to finalize this process. Maybe you've heard of the Enhanced Speech tool inside of Premiere Pro. The Enhanced Speech tool uses AI to process your audio, remove unwanted sounds, and make your voice sound fuller like it was recorded on a professional podcasting mic. So why didn't I start with this? Because I found that this tool does its best work with better sounding audio. Plus, there's a more powerful option available online at podcast.adobe.com. I find it provides a superior end product over the built-in effect inside of Premiere Pro. By first cleaning up the audio with the traditional tools, we can send a slightly better option to the online Enhanced Speech, yielding much better results. So we need to export this audio before we can send it to podcast.adobe.com. I like to export the audio as a WAV file to help retain as much data as possible. Once you've exported the audio, pull the file into the box that says Drop Audio or Video to Enhance. Then you'll need to wait a few minutes for your audio file to process. Once it's finished, you can adjust these sliders to find the perfect mix. I often find that setting the speech to around 60% and background to 10% does a really good job. However, in this case, I set the speech to 80%. Once you're happy with how it sounds, you can download the file and pull it back into Premiere Pro. While it does an amazing job at cleaning up the audio, I still feel like Enhanced Speech often makes my audio sound a little too bass heavy or sometimes a little too thin. So I'll apply the same 4 track effects as before, with Denoise and Parametric Equalizer added to the primary audio track, and send that to the same submix as before. From here, I'll adjust the EQ levels as needed to fine-tune the audio from enhanced speech. And in this example, I added a multiband compressor with the preset broadcast.
Background noise in your video sucks, but there's some easy tools inside of Premiere Pro to clean things up.
And that's how I remove background noise, mostly in Premiere Pro. Okay, bye!